Hello, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Come on.
So, I'm Stormy from Storm Reads, and I read all different kinds of books and everything. And we'll just go on that way, and you can introduce yourself.
I'm Cozy or Ro. I run the Killing Time with Cozy's Discord, and I co-host with Tiffany on her channel on our Saturday Lives.
And I am Tiffany from the Beach Bum Bookworm. My channel is all about cozy mysteries and romance books. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Anna. Oh, there's Lee.
My thingy is a little slow. I keep clicking on it, but it's taking it a minute to get there. So, hi, everybody.
Oh, whoa. I just realized we could go like super full screen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
but I can't. But then I can't see the comments that way.
Oh, okay. Hi, baby.
There's a lot of different ways I've noticed to do things. I haven't tried playing with them or anything.
I was looking on the StreamYard website, and you could change the colors apparently, and like a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Put like banners and put your own logo if you have the premium version. Like we could put our own Killing Time with Cozy's logo on there. I don't know.
I do have the premium version.
Okay, I'll have to look into it and show you how
to do it.
But
I don't know how to do any of. I've never done trying to do any of that. I just got it because of how often we stream, because there's a limit, and so I'm like, well, if you don't stream that much, you don't need to. But I'm like,
no, it's like 20 hours a month, and you used to do a lot of author interviews too.
Yeah. So I just kept it.
I can see
I'd rather have it.
Premium.
Yeah.
Come
on, baby.
And what is everybody reading?
I think I'm going to work on my audiobook first, which is that's such a weird title. I always forget it. It's the first book in the Home Repair is Homicide series by Sarah Graves, and it's called The Dead Cat Bounce, which I don't know how they got this name at this point.
It's kind of a weird name, yeah.
If there was a dead cat, I've tuned it out.
That is a little bit of a weird name for it. And it's a home repair, right?
Yeah, and so this series is on my TBR for next year just because I want to work on, like, for audiobooks, I've been really picky this year. I can't get into audiobooks. Like, I need series, like long series that I could just get into and just, I don't have to pay a lot of attention to. And I need narrators that I like. So this narrator is like really relaxing and I'm enjoying the story. And even if I'm not absorbing it 100%, I know what's going on. And I like that there's 16 books, so I can stay with it for a while. And it's definitely not a traditional cozy, like it's a little more gritty. But I think it was written started in the 90s. I'm not too sure though. But it reminds me a lot of the Goldie Bear series and like tone. But
gotcha. I didn't know you are liking it.
Yeah.
I've thought about trying it before, but I just don't know. I'm not really into like some of the home repair stuff like a lot of people. And so I'm like, I like home design and interior decorating stuff for my own house. And I probably would be interested in a book, but like home repair, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But I liked the Goldie Bear series too.
Yeah.
So.
It says 1998. So far, it's not like too much home repair. She's just in like an old house and she's working on it slowly. Maybe eventually she turns into a B&B. I don't know. I just like learning about stuff that I could never do. Like there's no way in heck I could ever do home repair and like home renovation. So it's fun learning about it. Even if it's not something I would be personally into, it's fun to listen to.
Gotcha.
And what are you guys reading? Yeah.
I'm reading The Sign of Death. It's the second book. It's on my updated SAS list from the last time I updated it. It's by Kelly Hutton. I think the series is called The Victorian Book Club.
Yeah, it's something like
a Victorian book club mystery. This is the second one. I gave the first one 3 stars. I don't really remember much about the first one, but I gave it 3 stars. So I'm doing this one now. I think I picked it on my SAS list because there's only, I think, 3 of them. There might be 4, but it's pretty short. So I put that in there. And then I'm also reading a romance book called Well Met, which is a Renaissance fair romance.
Ah, fun.
Somebody mentioned it in one of my YouTube comments.
And you're like, oh my God.
I would love that. So I did. I looked it up and
That's
started
fun.
it. It's
I've
cute.
heard quite a few people that have liked that one, and some that haven't. But you know,
Yeah.
So like 2 of the workers that like work there.
Yeah. So like she had to go to her sister's hometown to her sister was in a bad car wreck, and her niece wants to work at this Renaissance fair, and she's only 16, so she has to have an adult there that will work as well. And so now the aunt's on the hook because the mom is still recovering from the car wreck, and there's a guy there that I'm not very far into it, but that's where it's going to go.
And the Victorian bookshop, is it historical at all? Is it like a mystery within a mystery? Because I was hesitant to pick that one up. I didn't know.
It hasn't been so far, but and I don't remember the first one. Like I said, I gave it 3 stars.
I was wondering if she just likes Victorian.
Yeah,
I think they more read like Victorian novels.
Okay,
but I will let
it's
you
like
know.
a book club. Yeah, because I was like, oh, if it's like a story within a story like that one, I wouldn't like it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like they go and they read Jane Austen and stuff like that. And okay.
But there might be there so far. But I'm I'm not very far into that one either, where I guess it could, but because I just finished the second Alaskan Diner book, which I really, really enjoy that series. It was called Fishing for Trouble, but it takes place in Alaska, of course, and she took over her parents' diner because they wanted to retire and travel. It's so cute.
And the third one just came out. I don't know if it's on audio yet.
What are you reading, Storm?
I'm reading The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson. It's the 4th book in the Truly Devious series. Truly Devious series was technically, I think it was only supposed to be like 3 books in the series. And it was all about Stevie, who was at the Ellingham Academy. And she was there at this, it's kind of a prestigious academy. And you only get there because you do something really special. And like her specialty was she liked solving crimes, and she liked doing crime, learning about that stuff, and she's really good at it. So they brought her there, and there was a crime that happened at the place like in the 1930s, and she wanted to go there because she wanted to solve the crime. And so she does end up solving, in the 3rd book. So so you think it would be over, but this book has her outside of the Ellingham Academy, and she's just kind of working and everything. And then somebody emails her, and at a camp there was some murders that happened, and this guy bought the camp, and he wants her to come and work at the camp and try to solve the crime while she's working there. And so
that's a good way to extend a series.
Yeah.
Just like, that's cool.
It sounds really interesting. Yeah. I mean, I think that it would be
it'd be good as a cozy, but not as a thriller.
Exactly.
Well, it's a young adult mystery, so it's not quite as hardcore as probably just a regular mystery. So. But yeah, it's my book that I'm using for the magical readathon because it has a map. I was so excited that I found a mystery with a map.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the prompts, was to read a book with a map. And I was like, I don't want to read a fantasy.
I'm surprised you were able to find a mystery with a map. That's really interesting. I know right now Ellie Alexander is making one for Tort in Ashland, Oregon, for her bake shop series, but it's not done yet. But
there are a few cozies I've seen maps in. It's just hard to think off the top of my head.
There's another one that does, that I've seen. I can't remember what it is.
The Donut Shop series by Jessica Beck for sure. And I know there's been more. I just can't think of it.
Yeah, it's just not something that's readily available.
No, it's not.
Like that,
but it's nice because it gives you a layout of the town, and like you realize what stores are next to each other. And I think they should do that for like every book.
You know, whatever one I'm thinking of, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but the Booktown series by Lorna Barrett, or whatever her name is, Lorena Barrett or something like that. I'm pretty sure it has a map in it.
Oh, okay.
I think it does. It's like the Village Square or something like that. I'm pretty sure it has a map in it.
And then real fast during the sprints, I'm going to be working on organizing Tiffany's Goodreads, her cozy mystery shelf. I was doing it earlier. She let me do it for her birthday present towards her.
Cool.
I'm excited
She's like
about it.
wanting to do it. I'm like, here, have a ball. I don't know what else to say to you.
At first, I was going to organize cozy and romance, but she has way too many books. So I'm just organizing them into cozy and then everything else be. But yeah,
That's
it's fun
cool.
so far.
So Nancy's reading, she's starting Stabbed in the Baklava.
Ooh,
But she said she's reading it slow because she's taking notes.
good.
And Lee is listening to Golden Girls by Ellen Hildebrand
Yep.
and plotting out direction for the Dune live show. Yeah, we need some kind of direction.
Have you ever read Ellen Hildebrand?
No.
She writes like general women's fiction. A lot of it takes place on like island, Nantucket, South Carolina. I mean, I can't remember which one. There's one central location that she kind of writes a lot of her books from, but she's kind of a women's fiction-y.
Yeah.
author.
She's big like Debbie Macomber type. Yeah. I've heard of her.
Yeah.
And then you guys are doing the Dune live show on the 5th, right?
Yeah, on Sunday, yeah. It's 2 p.m. my time, 3 p.m. Tiffany's time, so whatever.
3 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
And Mike's joining you guys.
And it's his first live. I would have
Aw.
Oh, that's so cool.
before. So he's like, "What do I do?" And I was
Oh,
You're
that's
like,
"We'll send
cool.
you
you're
a
like,
link and,
Just show up.
Yeah,
Whose
just
channel is it going to be on?
click this link. What?
Well, whose channel?
Lee.
Okay, so at 3 p.m. my time, I'm so tuning in.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
excited.
I
to
wasn't
see it.
sure. I was afraid I wouldn't get home from church in time. I
Gotcha.
think we'll be home, but I was like, just in case, you should probably put it on your channel. That way somebody's here in case I was a little late. But I told Dad we had to be home by like 1:30. So we tried.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to tune in and watch, even though I'll have no
Me
clue
too.
what's going on.
Yeah. And you're not going to spoil it for me because I'm never going to read
Yeah,
it. So I have
exactly.
no like qualms about anything like that.
Hannah's reading Murder at the Bake Sale. She's starting that one.
I don't know which series is that.
That's book 2 in the Maya and Sandra.
Oh, the Lee Hollis. Ooh,
Oh, okay.
I have that book, and I am gonna try to. So what I'm gonna try to do is read like 20 pages a day or something like Nancy does with her classics, because that magnifier does not work. I mean, it works. Don't get me wrong, but it only covers like it's like this. And so it only covers about half the page. And like when
And
you
you
have to
gotta-
look up and down, it makes me so dizzy.
And with your glasses and
It makes
combination.
me just
yeah.
nauseous. And so it's just
Ah.
not going to work. So I told my husband or my grandmother, one of them can use it for like, my grandmother might use it for sewing kind of,
Yeah.
or Kevin sometimes does stuff with little models. So if he wants to do that, but it'd be perfect for that. It's a great light. It's just not for reading.
Did Lee Hollis send you an arc?
I think
Oh,
she's
I'm
talking
sorry.
about
Sorry.
the Rocky Road
The
to
Mary,
Oh, okay.
the
Okay.
Rocky Road to Ruin. And she sent it in physical, and I'm like, I really
I saw that.
want to read it. Anyways, it's not just because she sent it to me. I really do want to read it, but it's too small to. I mean, it's I have to take it really slow. So
Yeah, Melissa's here. Hi. And she said
Hi,
she's going to
Melissa.
help me get through the last hour and a half of work. There we go.
I subscribed to Melissa's channel after she was on the last time and watched one of her videos, and I loved it. I loved it.
Nice.
And Nancy's going to be starting Outback next, she said. That's Melissa's September buddy read
Oh, okay.
for the family saga for there.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. So she's doing like a family saga every month.
For right now, because I think that's what she's in the mood for.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
It says, I own Well Met and still haven't read it, but it sounds good. I hear it called Winch. LOL.
Yes, because so when she's filling out, he's like, the guy that's going to become the love interest. He's like, you have to fill out what you want to do. And she's like, I don't care. I'm doing this because of my niece. And he's like, you have to fill out one. He's like, just what do you want to be? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, well, you could be a and he names like a couple other things, and then he says, or you could just be a serving wench at the bar, whatever their bar is called. And she's like, I could do that. So I think that's where obviously the nickname comes in. It's been really cute so far.
Yeah, they used to call him like bar wench and stuff.
Right.
And Hannah said Truly Devious was really good. She just finished the first book. Yeah, I like that series. Says, I'm reading Escape from Houdini. Hopefully these sprints will help me finish it. All right. And hi, Cassie. I don't think I know.
Hi, Cassie. It's good to have you. Escaping from Houdini. Is it a biography about Houdini? Or is it fiction?
Escaping from Houdini is a series that I remember what it is. It's kind of like a mystery, kind of historical.
Oh, cool. Cool.
The first one was Stalking Jack the Ripper. And
Lorna
she says
Berry.
Lorna Berry. So that's was the Booktown one, right?
Yes, the Booktown.
I love Baklava. I chuckled at the funny name. Yep.
The name is amazing. I've watched so many times.
And Nancy says, I love Ellen Hildebrand, Deborah Don't. Mostly Nantucket because she lives there.
That's Nantucket. Because there's somebody else that does mostly South Carolina. The lady that just passed away, Dorothea Benton Franklin. She just passed away. She did South Carolina, and Ellen Hildebrand does Nantucket.
That's one of the best autocorrects. Ellen, hi, Deborah, don't.
Cassie says, hello. Yeah, this is her first time here. It's part of the Stacking Jack the Ripper series. Okay, so I knew the first one was Stalking Jack the Ripper. I just didn't know if that was the
awesome.
I've heard of that series.
Let us know if you have a channel, anything like that. We like to go and find you guys.
Yes, Nancy. She has made me want to visit Nantucket.
Yes.
So do you want to do a reading sprint at 50?
Yeah, yes. Let's do it. Let's do it. I know Cozy said what she was working on. I am going to be listening to my book, but during the first sprint, I'm going to read because I have to start some new medicine today. And I want to get it taken as early as I can, even though it's almost 7:00, because she told me it was going to keep me up all night. And I'm like, you know how I am. It'll be interesting. You might see me after 9 p.m. tonight.
What says I'm attempted to make baklava once and never again. Pastry is devil's work.
All those layers.
That's funny. It's delicious though.
Nantucket is her favorite island.
Nice.
So
nice.
What are you gonna eat? What are you gonna eat, Tiffany?
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat a taco salad. I'll show you guys. It's yummy. I've already kind of got it started.
That's like one of my favorite kinds of salads.
Yes.
Yeah. I never know you can't really put a dressing on it though. I never know what to do.
I sometimes use like a tangy French.
Okay.
But yeah, it is weird.
Like a salsa or something on mine. Probably.
I was gonna say like salsa sour cream. They even have something called salsa ranch, which is pretty good.
I think any of those, but I have a thing I love tomatoes. I know. I know. She said that, and I was like, I go to sleep early, and she was like, oh no, you're going to be up with these.
That'd be really funny if she's like in the chat like really late, and everybody's like, what?
Yeah, I know. Yes. Yes.
We had to turn it around on her.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
See? Anything like that Taco Bell sauce would be delicious. My husband just puts straight up hot sauce on his.
Oh wow.
But
there's a lot of different things to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Guacamole would be good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then that same lady that told me I was going to be up all night then told me I wasn't allowed to work. And I was like, well, how about I work from home? I'm like, I do counseling. I could do counseling on chat. And she's like, no, I mean, no work. And I was like, she's like, I need you to relax. Just do things that you enjoy. I was like, so you're just telling me I can't work.
And she's giving you permission to read.
A forced vacation. The only one that has to be forced
Yeah.
to take a vacation.
Not happy.
Okay, we'll get our retail 20. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 after?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.
Happy
Happy reading.
everybody.
I'm going to shut off just to move over to
Yeah.
the table and all that, and then I'll be back on.
Okay, take your time. Storm, click on your comment reading till 20.
Hey, so how was your reading?
Good. I have just under 2 hours left on my audiobook. And it was a long one. It's like almost 11 hours. So I'm happy I'm almost done.
Oh, yeah.
And when I started today, I had around 6 hours. So I've listened to like 4 hours today. So that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
How about you, Tiffany?
I didn't get any reading done this sprint, so I hope to next sprint. I was
Busy
talking
eating.
to Kevin and eating, and
You got your medicine?
I did. I took my
Okay,
medicine.
good.
Yes.
I did
We
pretty
need
good.
you to be well.
Yes. I agree.
I got about 8% done. I got since this. I have an e-arc and it came out like I think a couple months ago. So there was an audiobook. So I've been listening to the audiobook.
And did you just start it or are you already in the middle of it?
No, I'm 36% into
Okay.
it. So.
Cool.
I started it today though. So
Oh, okay. That's good.
8%'s a pretty good feat in that time. That was good.
yeah, I was working on the computer earlier and I was just listening to it while I was messing on the computer and stuff. So.
And I was working on my August reading journal, the wrap up page, and I'm going to start my September pages.
Nice.
So Lee says Wendy's gives you chili for taco salad. So
I have never heard of that.
That'd be good if it's like a thicker chili.
and Hannah won't be able to sprint for a bit because her sister called out of the blue to take one of the kids to dance. Okay. Well, have fun, Hannah.
Do you have kids, Hannah, or is it your sister's kids?
So, which book are you going to be working on whenever you do work on the sprint, Tiffany? Are you going to do the romance or the cozy?
I'm gonna go back and forth.
It's back and forth. So, do you kind of like listen on one? You listen to one sprint, and on the next sprint you listen, or do you split up your sprints?
No. I usually listen one sprint, back and forth that way.
Is that what you do normally at work? Like you don't do one whole book at a time, or do you?
No, I only listen to cozies at work because I just don't want to listen to romance books at work. That seems kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
And like, what if my headphones failed and then there was like some ways like that? So I just listen to cozies at work.
Hannah said it's her sister's kids. So.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Melissa says, I need to use my Bojo more. I hate that I bought one and haven't used it since March. LOL.
Look up like YouTube videos for inspiration. That stands for bullet journal, if anybody doesn't know. Yeah, there's some really creative people on YouTube. And I have so many journals. I have 3 of mine right now. I don't know. I just love it. Yeah, you just have to do your monthly spread and then it will motivate you to keep going.
You'd be so proud of me. Hopefully I use it, but I bought this for the magical readathon and for the magical readathon only because, especially like this year and then the magical readathon goes, it has stuff next year and like whenever. And so I figured it'd be better just to keep it all like in one.
Yeah,
like,
that way it's all in one. Just don't misplace it at the end of this year.
Yeah.
That's
I got this new little tray like shelf thing. It's kind of plastic. And the top shelf I put like all my notebooks and stuff in it. So that way I don't lose anything. Because I know me, because I am very unorganized.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I have this like 4-drawer thing and all my journals go in one drawer. My stuff goes, yep.
Yeah, I saw you were putting something in there, Lee, about the Dune. So I'll have to check that out.
I'm excited for your guys' live. That'll be fun.
We're afraid we'll be on there and be like, now what do we do? Because so I'm hoping like Mike will like carry us because he that's his favorite and he likes to talk about it a lot. And so
I'm sure he will help you guys.
Do you have a format or how you want us to do things? And I'm like, we don't really have a format. We just thought we'd get on there and talk about, our experience reading Dune, since we're not really big sci-fi people, and like what we thought of it. And I said, then you can explain it to us because we're confused.
It looks like what Lee sent you was there's 8 discussion questions that she wants to do to fill time.
cool.
And then she wants you to get it to Mike so you guys can have a chance to discuss to get the question. So that'll help you with some topics.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
That's good.
I'm excited. Ooh, 16.
Nancy made 16%. All right.
Nice, Nancy.
I just can't figure out how to properly utilize my time with all the bookish things. BookTube, Bojo, and actual reading. Yeah.
What's Bujo?
Bullet journal.
Bullet journal.
Oh, thank you.
And a bullet journal means that it has, instead of lines, it has little dots. You can't see, but there's like little tiny dots all the way across, and it helps you. And what I do, I don't know if you listen to audiobooks, but I like listening to audiobooks as I journal. That way I'm still reading, but you get to work on it.
And Nancy says, I have several notebooks and a journal also that so far I do faithfully every month. Yeah.
Yeah. So fun.
I have a bullet journal. It's not like a journal, but it's like a bullet notebook, I guess, because it's got like the binder type spiral things on it. But I've had it, and I tried using it, but it just didn't go very far.
I like that thing you showed me with your series, and you cross it off as you read it. You should keep doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's really motivating when you can cross off a series.
Seriously updated. I've actually got, let's see. I bought like a whole bunch of notebooks, so.
Yeah, there you go. So you're in the right mindset. You just got to use them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's back to school time, so they're all on sale. Yep.
Well, I'm wanting like one to be like for my series, and then one to be, I'm trying to split things up, but it's also part of my whole trying to fix my Goodreads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And get all the books and everything. So it's going to take a while, but.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm redoing my series journal because I ran out of room, and it's going to take me months to fill everything out because I do a little bit each day.
So Nancy's has a dotted grid, so it's a bump.
Yeah.
Oh, Bojo, darn it. Oh, so it's not a bump, so it's a bullet journal.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Love audiobooks. Do you listen to romance books, Tiffany? Do you have any faves on audio? I love Rosalind Landor. Anything.
I do listen to romance books on audio. I listen to almost 90% of what I do on audio because I have some visual issues, to put it nicely. But I don't know about specific narrators, but I really like anything. Oh, I do know that I don't know her last name, but the narrator's first name is Tatiana. She narrates a lot of romance books, and I really like her. I know she narrates hold on, let me look.
And I will say that Tiffany listens to mostly contemporary romances.
Yes. Yes.
Because I think Melissa likes the historical fiction.
Well, but she does do some steamy ones too.
Yeah, some of them are steamy.
And there's Barb. Hi, Barb.
Yeah. Says she's converted a Happy Planner and she's making her own.
Oh, yeah, that's that one brand. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like the Happy Planner, and they look kind of cool.
Yeah. And
What's
they have
like a planner.
It's just a brand of planner, and they sell all these kits and stickers.
Well,
so
like you can buy the main thing, and then you can add stuff to it, like click it in. It's got like a way of like popping them.
It's like a click system, and they have different layouts, or you can make your own. And they have all these stickers. It's for basically like if you're a journal nerd, it's like makes you really happy. But I've had to figure out what I like works for my own, so I just did it myself.
She says she has the Happy Planner for her journaling, and she likes it because she can move pages around. So
oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's
so
just like
if you don't like it where it is, you can pop it out and then move it to a different place.
Gotcha.
And put it back in.
Gotcha. So that narrator is Tatiana Sokolov. She does a lot of romance books. The reason I like her as a narrator for romances is because she can actually pull off the male's voice, in which it's not a like creepy, like please don't do that ever again voice. So she's actually very, very effective for romance novels. She does a lot of Tantor media romance novels.
I just thought of that for romance. It would be kind of awkward. You'd have to have a really good narrator for the.
Well, a lot of times they do dual.
Oh, okay.
They do dual where they'll have a male and a female counterpart or two different voices.
They've started doing that a lot more lately, and I like it a lot better. But it used to be it's just one person and it's
And what I really like that they've started doing more and more is not only do they do two, if it's a male female book, they do two narrators, but they also only have them read their own part, because it's been where sometimes they'll read their own chapter, but they're mimicking the other person's voice within the chapter, and it's still weird. So I like it a lot better when they've started doing where everybody reads their own part no matter where it is. I think it makes it much more effective.
It's like a play that way.
Yeah, it's a little bit more dramatized that way because they're reading their actual parts.
Yeah. And I was going to ask, is it like cozies where you have a lot of the same narrators that do a lot? And then,
Yep.
So Melissa says she likes a good contemporary rom every now and then, so that's good. And Barb likes the Happy Planner because you can add pages there. And she apparently has a work meeting at 4:30, so she'll be back. I just have so many books I want to read that I'll never live long enough to read. That's everybody's problem.
Everybody. I think I need to live 3 lifetimes is what I figured, like at least.
Is she in Australia for some reason, I want to say, or another country? The Libraries and Labradors? Melissa?
No, I think she's over towards you, like California or Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Where are you from, Melissa?
Must be somebody else I was thinking that was a different country.
Yes. I can't do...
Because I'm like, if it's 4:30, that's like it's 4:30 where I am right now.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think she's over in your like area.
Yeah.
Yeah, the male voices is a real big thing for me too. I found a couple of romance famous actor, and I can't do that. I just got so embarrassed and listened to a real person. Yeah. Even though the other one's a real person, but you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Phoenix. I thought she was Arizona, but I wasn't sure.
Nice.
Arizona.
Do you guys want to do like another reading sprint 40?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I don't think my 24-hour readathon I have going for another 2.5 hours. I don't think I'll finish anything, but I'll work on them still tonight. But I had already finished quite a bit, so I'm happy with my progress.
Yeah, you made a lot of good progress.
Yeah.
Because you had a whole bunch of books going at once, and you don't like having a whole...
Yeah, I was in the middle of 3, and I was like, okay, I needed and I was reading so slowly for some reason. I'm like, okay, I need to just focus, because I was getting distracted by BookTube or TV reruns or just hanging out with my dogs. I'm like, okay, I just need to focus. And now I have 1 ebook going and 1 audiobook going, and that's what I like.
Back to normal then.
Yeah.
How's your blanket going that you're making? How much progress you got?
Oh, it's going.
Oh, hey.
For some reason, I thought you were on another one. You just looked like you barely started that one.
Oh.
Maybe it was last time.
She was on Orange when she was on the reading sprints with Cece.
Yeah.
So she's made quite a bit of progress.
Yeah.
Is that the one that you said you were trying to make really ugly?
No. That one I finished.
Okay.
And it was really ugly.
Did you guys watch Lizzie Faylo's books, her reading vlog she did a week or so back, where she was in the middle of 8 print books and she reads really slowly? So what she did was she made a book in her notebook, and she marked out how many chapters were in each book. and she figured out how much she would have to read each day to get through all of them in the month. And as she read a chapter, she'd cross one out, and she'd go book by book. So she'd read like the first book a chapter or two, and then go to the next one all the way through 8. And I don't know how she kept them all straight.
Wow.
But like that's how, and she made it. I think she ended up finishing like a good majority of it or all of them. And she, just by like how Nancy does, where you figure out how much you got to read, but she'd mark off each chapter. I thought that was a cool way, like the chapter wise. Yeah. Like, okay, I have 40 chapters, and if I want to finish it by this day, I got to read so many. But that was cool. I thought it was neat how she'd go down the line.
Yeah,
that was her.
That one. I'll have to go and look for that book.
Yeah, it was like an hour long. It was an hour long reading vlog.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
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 Nancy likes doing 3 or 4 books at a time, and I do too. And sometimes I get a little overwhelmed if I get too many going at once. And a lot of times it's like I have so many like projects going or whatever, especially like last month I had all these buddy reads. It was like, oh my gosh. I had like 6 or 7 buddy reads going at this, and I was like, I have to get them all done by, the end. So I had a whole bunch of them going at the same time. And I ended up getting all my buddy reads done, except
awesome.
I never finished The Wheel of Fortune, so I'm still working on that one.
But that was big.
Yeah, that one was big. So, but I knew I wouldn't finish it. So
yeah, and then you and Lee, I was watching your TBRs, and you're both like or had a different plan, and then all of a sudden it's all these readathons going on in September. So
I know, it was like, oh my god.
And I mean, reading Dune was like,
oh, that's accomplishment,
right?
Yeah. And I managed to still read like 25 books. So
that's amazing.
That's incredible.
That's more than I read, and you read down.
Yeah.
I think I read 21.
DeBreezy likes to do several books at once, but not as many on ebook as I have right now. I'm on I'm so slow with reading. I'd rather not have so many yet. Yeah.
I usually do 2 at a time, but it's always one cozy.
Hi,
one
Cheryl. Work is done.
Oh, was it your first day of work back?
Oh, it might have been.
I think it was today tomorrow.
I'm an influencer.
Oh,
so
no.
I used to never read more than one book at a time until I met Stormy. So.
That's funny. Storm's a book pusher.
Yeah.
Does she read all different genres, or does she do mostly horror?
She reads quite a few different ones, but she reads a lot of horror and mystery stuff too. But she's definitely more horror than I think even I read. But she's big Stephen King fan, so she's read most of Stephen King's books. So I read my book in sprints. I read my book in sprints. It helps me dedicate enough time to each book. Yeah.
Okay, so you say like I'm gonna read for an hour, and then you just read for an hour, or like 30. I do that too. I try to at least, like I'll set a timer, and I'll be like, okay, just read straight for 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
But then I get distracted sometimes.
But I do think I've read more horror since I met Barb than I had been before. Like,
really?
A little bit, but yeah, because a lot of the buddy reads we do a lot of horror. Like we're gonna read Hunter Shea book next month for October. So,
you still have some of his books left?
Yeah, he had a new one that came out this year.
Oh, okay. Because I know you just read one.
I was about to say, didn't you just finish one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has an arc and I have an arc. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
See, busy numbers are way higher than last year. Yeah.
I
remember saying something about having a lot of kids in her class.
Yeah, she had like 3 times as many kids as last year or something.
Yeah. I remember.
So I like to read different genres at the same time. I don't like to read too many of the same genre.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I read one of each and leave it at that.
So I read mystery, horror, and some romance, even some fantasy. Yeah.
Nice.
She doesn't do middle grade?
She reads a little bit of middle grade too, yeah. She is in kind of a romance mood. It was funny because she had like all horror on her TBR and she wanted to read romance.
That's a big jump.
That's quite a bit of a variant.
Yeah, so this month we're buddy reading Enjoy the View by Sarah Morgenthaler. don't know if
I
you
think
know.
because
Uh-uh.
I think because I know it's got a sprint, but I was gonna say I think because you guys switch up genres, it's easy to keep it separated. When I did my one contemporary romance this year, I was expecting someone to die because like I was just like that was just in my head. There was like a main character. I'm like, okay, when are they gonna die? I'm like, wait, this isn't a cozy.
That's funny.
That's funny.
So it's like when you're reading a
Okay.
romance and you expect a killer to pop out or something.
Yeah.
It's like a horror.
So
Okay.
from 40 to what, 10 after?
Yeah, we can do top of the hour, 10, whatever you want. You can go eat if you need to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go do. I'm getting a little hungry now, so.
So yeah, go. Let's do 30 then, so you have yourself enough time, and maybe you can read a little bit too.
Okay.
So till 10. Yeah, very big jump. Yeah,
From horror to romance.
horror to romance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big jump.
Oh, I bet you they even have some romance where it's like the love interest is like a serial killer.
They
'Cause
do.
They have a, yeah, I was gonna say they have a lot of weird romance.
They
categories.
do. I mean, I've never read anything like that, but they do
Yeah.
have it for sure. I know actually that they do.
That's fiction genres right there. Barb might like that.
Yes, this Breezy said she read the first book in the Alaskan series that we're talking about. Me and Barb, she really liked it. It's called the Moose Spring series, and it's
Is it
contemporary
horror?
romance, so you would like it.
Oh, it's
wait,
contemporary.
Okay. It's called what now?
It's the series is the Moose Springs series. It's set in Moose Springs, Alaska, or something like that.
Mm.
That sounds cute. And who's the author?
Sarah Morgenthaler. I think that's how you say her name.
Moose Springs. I'm going to put it on my Goodreads as soon as we break.
Yeah, we're gonna read till 10 after, Nancy.
Okie dokie.
So Storm can eat.
Yep, I'm gonna go eat real quick.
Okay, put up the read until.
Oh yeah. So how'd everybody's reading go?
Mine was great. I did the romance book this time, Well Met. It's very cute.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a cute rom-com.
I've been kind of curious about it, so I haven't tried it.
I'll definitely keep you up to date.
That's the Renaissance fair one, right?
Yes. It's hard to hear you.
Well, I'm at 45% into my book, so I made pretty good progress. I listened to it
Ooh.
while I was downstairs, so at least I could still read while I was eating.
That is amazing. 45%. And what did you have for supper?
Chicken strips and potato wedges.
Ooh.
We have a convenience store in town that has a little thing that they make stuff with, and Dad just went and got some.
Oh, that's nice.
Can you guys hear me now?
Not very good.
I mean, we can hear you. It sounds very, very far away.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
There we go. Now we can.
The mic got moved to the wrong setting. I'm on chapter 42 of 56, so I'm getting there.
Oh, you are getting there.
You're getting close. Yeah. Bob said there was a short stories about Ulysses that she found, and that's part of the Moose Springs series. There's a moose in it, and his name's Ulysses, and that's like one of the reasons why we like to read the story. So
That's adorable, which is really funny because there is a series by Marie Force that is, it used to be called Green Mountain, and then she switched publishers and is independent publishing now, and it's called Butler, Vermont series. And I can't remember where it takes place, but there's a moose in that one, like a town moose that like is always, so it's funny that you said that.
yeah, because this one's always causing like problems because it'll just walk out into traffic, and stuff.
Yes,
and it just
yes,
causes
yes.
problems.
I
And
guess
they
it
want
takes
them to
place
get
in
rid of
Butler,
it, but
Vermont.
in the town, they're like, no, you can't get rid of it.
Yes, exactly. And everybody in the town, yeah. And that's it. So it's funny that there's another series. But when I said the series takes, I couldn't remember where the series takes place. She renamed it Butler, Vermont. So Tiffany is going to go with ding, ding, ding. The series takes place in Butler, Vermont. I can't believe I said I couldn't remember. And then I'm like, the series title is Butler, Vermont.
That's funny. But yeah,
I've
if you
seen-
like series set in Alaska, you should give it a try. The
Oh.
first one's called The Tourist Attraction.
I love series set in Alaska.
Yeah, 'cause
I've
the
seen
first one-
videos of moose, and they're huge.
Yeah,
It'd be scary to see a moose walking down the street.
yeah. So I
There
would
it
give it
is.
the right of way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I've
it.
seen that cover around.
Yes, I have too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty popular when the first one came out, but I don't think I've heard anybody talk about any of the other ones.
Well, now I'm really excited to try it because, yes, I love series that take place in Alaska.
Yeah.
And Hannah said she just got home. Her niece got sick right before they got
Aw.
there. So yay for driving for no reason.
Oh,
That's
That's a bummer.
Your audiobook. Yeah. Gonna work on your
Yeah.
series for September readathon, huh?
Yeah. I got a couple of the prompts going, but I'm in such a mood reading phase that they'll all probably change.
So Sherry's listening to Anne of the Island. So that's like an Anna Green Gables type thing, or is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And I think that's one towards the end where she's older.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I think maybe when she's older. So Lee had to go dinner and wrestling. Okay, we knew she wouldn't last long.
And she,
Yeah,
she
I
didn't,
Right.
but she didn't complete that sentence. She didn't tell you what she's having for dinner.
True.
Yeah, shame on her.
True.
And Hannah read 42 pages.
Wow.
Her reading
Her and
speed is
Stereo
insane.
both,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
fast
Her reading, she's a fast reader.
Yeah, like I could read, if I'm going fast, I can read like a page a minute or like a page in like 40 seconds. She can read like 2 or 3 pages a minute, I swear.
Hi,
she
Bev.
she reads. I mean, whew. Hi, Bev.
Everybody. Hi.
Oh, it's
Okay,
only
so
book
it says
3.
it's
Okay.
book 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So next sprint, I'm going to read the Victorian book club, but I don't know that I'm enjoying it. So I might. I don't know, and it's not against like the author, or anything. It's just
Maybe
kind of
it's
like
just
with
not
house
one you're
repairs, like
in the
or
mood for right now or something. Maybe.
yeah, it could be that, or like antiques. Like I can't sit through a book on antiques just because it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I feel like this might be that way, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more. But I'm just not getting into it.
It happens. You
In
can either
general.
put it down and come back
Yeah.
to it, or if you decide you want to just give up the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, fall's coming, so maybe you're interested in maybe something different.
I'm so excited for fall reads. So excited.
See, I'm not a seasonal reader, so it doesn't really bother me what time of year it is. Like if I want to read Christmas in February, I will.
Yeah.
I will read outside the season. Don't get me wrong. So I'm like you. I'll read a Christmas book in June.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But during this season, I really like to read for that season. It's the Victorian Book Club Cozy Mystery Series.
See what you rated book number 1. I'm curious.
I rated book 1 3.
Okay, so you're average.
And I just think it might be the topic more than
I remember reading the synopsis and I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that series. Like, so it just, it could just be your interest.
Yep. But I have plenty of other books if I really decide to put it down. And what I need to do is adjust my SAS list for romances, because I don't think I think I only have 2 left between either I finished them, I DNF'd through 2 or 3 different series. And I mean like the whole series. I think there's 3, maybe 3 or 4 of them that I DNF'd. I think some of it's just my reading taste. Because I hadn't read them in a long time, and I got back to them, and I gave both the ones that I can remember I DNF'd 2 chances. It wasn't like just one book. I was like, okay, I'll read it. And I think I just moved from that series. And it wasn't even just the author, because one of the authors that I DNF'd her series, one of her other series is one of my favorites that I still read. So I think it's just,
that happens
because of that, and I couldn't find a bunch of them, and I got caught up on a bunch of them. I think I only have like 3 series that are active, and I need more variety than that.
But remember to keep it at 21 total.
Yes.
And that way
I think I'll just take off the DNFs and leave them caught up, and then take off the DNFs and the can't find, because I need stuff to be able to read. So,
well, now you have a bigger source of romance books, so that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, the covers for that series though was really cute.
Yeah, it is really cute. For the Callie Sutton. Book Club? Yeah, is it Hutton or Sutton?
Hutton. Like Hutton.
Yeah. And I think Storm would like that series, because if they read Victorian, novels, I think she would like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then for the seasonal, like I'll read whatever number it comes up in a cozy any time of the year. But I always, like Halloween and Christmas time, I always try to save some like for that time. So I have at least one during the month. But yeah, like I've already read at least 3 or 4 Christmas cozies this year and quite a few Halloween. So that's just how it's come up.
I had a thing within my SAS list where every book coming up in that series was a Christmas. So I was reading,
you did like 3 in a row, I think.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm really not doing this on purpose, because it was like in July. So it just happened. And I was like, no, I really.
So I'm thinking your problem maybe it's historical, because it says Bath, England, 1891.
I think
it is
kind
historical.
of goes back and forth.
So,
a book and a book. Ugh.
I think it goes.
It talks about Lord William Wetherington and all kinds of stuff. So it's got lords and ladies and stuff in it.
I'm already out.
So
I think you would like that, Storm.
Yeah, I would like.
I just think that I'm not going to get into it.
So that might be because it looks. To me, it looks contemporary, like the photos. But
that's why I think I'm pretty sure it goes back and forth. I can tell you for sure the entire series is not in the 1800s. I did not completely miss that.
Because I'm like, it like the whole like synopsis for the first book. It says Bath, England, 1890. Mystery author Lady Amy Lavelle receives an anonymous letter, and so it's like all about like. Well, it sounds historical to me. That's why I was wondering. I was like,
yeah. So there really might be a book within a book where it flips back and forth.
So maybe it's like some relatives of those people or something from like present day, and then they like. Maybe.
Well, I don't remember the first one at all, and I'm really not very far in this one. So I usually like historical too, Nancy. Or I not usually. I shouldn't say usually. I don't read a bunch, but I have a few that I like. I mean, the Royal Spyness is one of my all-time favorite series, and that's historical. And I really like the Poppy Redfern, the World War II historical cozy. That one's great.
But those are all 1900s. Maybe it's the 1800s. You're not.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, because different people like different eras.
Yeah,
true too.
Because really the Darling Dahlias is early 1900s too. So maybe you just have a thing for early 19. Yes, I think you have a thing for early 1900s. Maybe not the 1800s.
So you might like the Gilded Age mystery series by is it Rosamond or Simpson? I think. I don't know.
Have you read any of those?
It's set in New York during like the Gilded Age, which I think is early 1900s.
Yeah. Have you read any of them?
Yeah.
You like them?
Yeah.
I think I'll have to check it out because I think it would be something that I would really like.
And so Sherry says she's not a seasonal reader and that's not a major seasonal reader, but she does like to read a few in whatever season. And that's kind of like me, like, I
like to do.
Even though I'll read horror all the time, I do read more horror in October. Because you got to. It's October.
That's what I mean. Like I'll read them any time of year, but during Christmas, I want to read mostly Christmas books. I'll read them throughout the year if they come up.
Breezy Ann likes to save the Louise Penny mysteries for the fall and winter because they are usually set because it's in like Quebec, I think. So it's always got kind of a wintry feel to them. So
I do know that
for cozy because they don't look cozy.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
They're not cozy, but they're not real graphic either.
Okay. I do know that Tiffany needs to read the first book in the Molly Cox Byron, the Buttermilk something series with the cows on the cover because you read book 2, but you didn't read number 1, and that was Christmas theme.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cowbells or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
I think when I'm going through your Goodreads, I'm like, and some of the stuff before you started doing audiobook, I'm like, oh wow, she read that. And like I'm seeing what you've read and what you haven't read. It's fun looking through it.
It'll be nice because I have no idea. Sometimes
you used to do a lot of binge reading, it seems. Like there's a lot of like back to back. Unless you just added it back to back, yeah.
Well, I did probably add them back to back, but I did because like I said, that Donna Andrews, I read she was one of the first. My first was Joanne Fluke, but she was one of the very early on. And I binged every book that she had out, like all the way to 12 or 13. Yeah. And then I haven't read one since. I absolutely loved them. It was just like I was caught up. So I got started on other things. And like Storm says, I forget. And now
I've seen that. And now they have like 4. Now there's like 40 or 30 out. So it's like you got to work on that. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you read the Dutch, Pennsylvania Dutch series. You read like all 18 of those.
I love those.
Yeah.
By Tamar Myers. Those are good. If you guys haven't read those, that's a really fun series.
Yeah, I can't find them at the library.
About at all. What'd you say, Storm?
I don't think I've ever heard of that one at all.
I know it's not. I like some of them that apparently aren't very well known. Because a lot of my favorites people even are like, I've never heard of. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But the Tamar Myers, it's so the main character is named Magdalena Yoder. I don't know how I remember that, but I do. Her name is Magdalena Yoder, and she's a Mennonite. And she opens this bed and breakfast, and her sister's there, and, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, her guests, she has them pay for an authentic Amish experience. And basically she makes fun of them in the background of like, they're doing her chores for her.
Yep.
But she like presents it as like, well, Storm, I really want you to have an authentic Amish experience. So they pay her extra
That's funny.
to do her chores.
To like churn the butter or something,
Yes.
but it's something she doesn't want to do. Yeah,
Yes.
that's funny. Yeah, I remember you telling us about that in Amish in April.
It's really
like,
good.
great.
It's a
I
good
like
series.
I know. I was looking for it at my library. I didn't find it. It's an older series, so I don't know if I don't think it'd be available on audiobook. And then the series I started, the Homer Paris Homicide, I think the first book was 98. So not too old, but over 20 years now, which is crazy to think.
So the series I was telling you about doesn't say that it's cozy, but I don't think that it's like I would kind of the Gilded Age Mysteries.
Oh.
The first one was called "What the Dead Leaves Behind," but I'm like, I don't think that it. I thought it was kind of cozy, but I did. I mean, it's not like it's. I don't. When it comes to historical cozies, I don't think they're like super cozy.
Yeah, it's hard to judge.
They're
Yeah,
in a different era, and so like a lot of the stuff that happens isn't real cozy.
Yeah, and it's not going to be politically correct.
Series,
yeah.
You know, where she's a midwife and all these things. I mean, even the police officer, the detective in the Gaslight series, I mean, you know that, and he even talks about how they take bribes and they do all these things and all these bad things, but that's how the police was back then.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like super cozy. Like back then, if you wanted a crime solved or even, you know, somebody to actually work on a crime, you usually had to pay them.
Yeah.
Pay the police to solve the crime. So that's why the rich people got their crimes solved, but the poorer people didn't. And so it has.
So as long as there's, so as long as there's no like graphic scenes, then it could be considered.
But I don't think
cozy,
there's anything graphic in it, so I always thought it was kind of cozy. But
there's also a like 1930s like Flapper series. That's a cozy series. I forget the author.
Would be something I would love.
Yeah, I've seen it around. There's quite a few historicals that have come out, cozy series that have come out in the last few years. I just don't know the names of them because I'm not into it. But I'll do some research and let you know.
Have you read the Molly Murphy series by Risebone? She said they have one.
No, I haven't.
Oh, she has another series? Oh wow.
She has a couple.
So Nancy loves the 1700s, 1800s. Yeah.
1700s. That just seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a mystery series that I'd like to try that's like in medieval days. I think it would be kind of
wow.
Is it like a monk?
Yeah. It's like Brother Caulfield series.
Yes, and I think they're a monk. And
it's got it. There's a TV series, and I'm like, I need to try the books first before I like try the TV.
When I was doing my YouTube videos, I did research. There's this one series that's called like the Leonardo da Vinci mysteries, and it's like Leonardo da Vinci and his sidekick go around solving mysteries. That seemed really fun. That's really old.
That would be fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
I also like to read hot summer books in the wintertime. I don't enjoy reading about how it is during the summer. That's true. Yeah. But I'll read. I like to read snow books that have snow in it, but I hate snow.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm reading about it, like the Alaskan, books or things like that, there's a suspense thriller set in the snow and they're out in the middle of nowhere and there's no place that, it's like that. I'm like, I like that, but don't put me out there because it's too cold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love reading books too about even like locations that are like, Minnesota or Alaska or any of those. Like and one of the reasons I love the like year-round Christmas and the Christmas tree farm is they're obviously take place in the winter. They're always Christmas themed.
Yeah.
Although not necessarily always in the winter, I guess, but it makes me feel more cozy. I don't know what it is, but I love the winter ones or the cold ones. I don't want to be there like you.
Right. Exactly. It's just the idea of it. And then there's certain series that I've like deemed like winter time. Like there's a series, The Soup Lovers by Connie Archer, I think. And I've read the first 2 and there's 5 books and I want to finish it, but I'm like, I got to do it in the winter because soup is like winter to me. Yeah. So it's like, there's certain series like that where it's like, okay. Or like, I guess if it takes place at the beach, you want to save it for the summer. Like I like doing stuff like that too.
I can't wait for you two to read the new Christmas Tree Farm book.
I'm so
you
excited.
finished it, huh?
Yeah. Well, because there's something I want to say, but I'm like, I have to wait until you
Oh,
guys
no.
get done. So
Will
You
you
gotta
just
wait
tell
till
us what you
December.
rated it?
I rated it 5 stars. I did.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
good.
say.
Okay, thank you. I was like, oh no, you were gonna break my heart.
No, it's something about what I think maybe a next like book might be, or
I'm so excited that she's writing more. I
Oh,
was
so
so
it seems
excited we
like
even
there
got a
could be
third one.
another one. It seems like
Yeah.
there could be another one. Okay, that's good to know.
And I think she changed publishers so
Yeah.
she could keep writing, right?
No, I
I
think
think- I don't
actually,
know
I think the same publisher kept with her for this time. I think I think it was Victoria Gilbert was saying there was so much fan demand that they reissued her. Let me see if I think.
Yeah,
because
I think that because people were asking about and she has all these different series and all that stuff, and
all
There's
these
a lot.
names.
when I asked her if she was, I said, "Are you going to make another Christmas Tree Farm series?" I messaged her on Goodreads where I have that contact the author thing. You can ask them questions or whatever.
Oh wow.
And she said she was working on getting one, but she had to wait for the go ahead from the publishers. And
Yeah,
okay.
And
the third one is with Crooked Lane, yeah. So just like the other one. So I guess there was so much fan demand that they actually had her write more books, which I hope would happen more often.
So exciting because that series, I love it.
yeah. Have you read the Constable Evans series by that Rise Bone? I haven't.
The only one I've read by her is the Royal Spinus.
Yeah, I didn't know she had so many series. Wow.
You
the
should
Brother
try.
Caulfield series is the one I was talking about.
Do you guys ever watch Father Brown?
Yes, I've seen that.
I love Father Brown. Anyways,
I like
it
Father
reminded me
Brown.
because of the brother, whatever. Nancy, you should try the Victorian Book Club by Callie Hutton.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Jane Austen book club too? One that's like kind of newer.
There is.
I wonder you haven't tried that one yet, Storm?
No.
That was I read that one and the first one, and
Oh, you did?
it was okay. It was okay, but I felt like if somebody hadn't read Jane Austen books, that it would go over their head on a lot of the stuff that they talk about. Because
that's probably why they did it. Yeah,
they would talk about how this person that they know is like a Bentley or whatever, and if you don't know who that like person is, or he's more of a Darcy and he's more of a this, and
then other people would be like, "What?
Bingley?" That's it, a Bingley. If he's a Bingley and stuff, and so.
But then, if you're a big Jane Austen fan, it'd be fun for you then.
Yeah, but even I'm a big Jane Austen fan, but I thought it was just a little Jane Austen overload.
like a super fandom thing.
Yeah, it was. I want to read the Christmas Tree Farm in November, December. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're waiting, Nancy, till November and December.
Are you starting? Are you talking about the third one, Nancy, or have you not read it at all?
The Father Brown series of book series. Yeah, I thought I seen that it was a book series after I'd already watched it, so it'd be one of those on my list of books to read after I've already watched the show and see how different they are.
Yeah. Did you like the show?
Yeah, I like the show.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm sticking with you guys. I'll just read on my own.
I still want to do that one that we had initially planned for December, the In Peppermint Peril. I still want to read that. So maybe a lot of us could do a buddy read of that because it's a book one and there's only 3 books out.
It's Joy Avon or something.
Yeah.
Right?
And I've been wanting to read it for like the last 2 or 3 Decembers and I've just never gotten to it. So I'm going to do it this year.
I'd like to try the Jane Austen cozy series, but I love Jane Austen.
Yeah.
I was like, I love Jane Austen on that one too, but it was just kind of like, wow. I mean, like their everyday life, it was all Jane Austen, and it was like,
oh wow.
I like.
Oh my gosh, I loved Father Dowling. I really liked that show. There was only, did you all know that there's only like from start to finish, like 20 some episodes in the entire show?
Oh, wow. So they only probably went 1 season.
1 season, maybe 2.
Wow, really?
It's very, very short. Yeah, because I rewatched them maybe a year or 2 ago. Not very long ago.
I love the Brontes and Elizabeth Gaskell. I've never read Elizabeth Gaskell, and I've only read one Bronte.
I haven't read that either.
Yeah, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte is the only one.
Oh, you've only ever read one?
Yeah.
Oh, let's
All
see.
of the CT. Oh, she hasn't read any of the Christmas Tree Farms.
Oh, Christmas Tree Farm.
Okay, yeah. So do 1 and 2, and then we could read 3 together. Yay! Yeah. It's on audiobook, so I'm sure a lot of us will still read it.
Which one?
The In Peppermint Peril.
Oh, yeah. No, I want to read it too. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the second one is like 4th of July. So if you guys want to save number 2 for then.
Do you want to do another Buddy Read at 40?
Sure.
I'm gonna have to get going, but you guys can do it.
Okay.
In a little bit I can tune in to watch if you guys are still going. But I'll be on tomorrow with Tiffany. We're gonna start at 12:30 Eastern PM.
Yes.
So noon Eastern, and we're gonna go for as long as we want to.
This is what happens when you're not allowed to work.
We got to keep her
Let
occupied
the
so she
people
doesn't go
work.
crazy.
Let the people work.
Yeah.
Come on. Kairu.
But sometimes people need to relax. Like,
Yeah, you need to relax and do stuff that makes you happy. And then when you're not doing reading sprints or hanging out with your husband or your dog or your grandma, you can have a Gilmore Girls marathon again or a Friends marathon. Just be happy and no stress.
Yep. True.
So you guys have fun, and I'll see everyone later.
Okay. Bye.
Right,
Bye, Cozy. Come on, buddy. Oh, my dog. Come on, doggy. Come on, Kairu. Oh, don't.
I think my dog's mad at me because I shut him in here because it's too hot out there, so I don't want that hot air coming in here.
Oh, yeah.
He's on the floor pouting.
Oh.
Well,
come on, buddy.
Hannah's gonna pop in tomorrow and say hi.
Yay, Hannah.
I may be doing some outside work tomorrow. I don't know. I need to get things ready for the fall season. My garden's about gone. Like I have just this little spot of my garden that's still producing like a few things, but most of it's gone. So I need to pull up a lot of the stuff that's gone. And
okay, baby, you can just lay down. Come on, buddy. Come on.
Get things ready for winter time when we get our wood so that I can stack the wood and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Fun stuff that winter brings that I don't like. I wish we had central heat and air.
So all of your wood is wood stove?
Yeah.
Ooh, I meant all your heat is wood stove. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot.
We
do
have a furnace, and we're going to be getting some gas for it, but we try not to use it unless it's super cold. So.
Gotcha. That's just a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah. And, Dad's 73 years old, and so he can't get much wood in. And so now it's just like me and my knees and stuff. I have the arthritis and everything. So it's just, it's tough. And I'm like, you didn't think ahead whenever he decided he didn't want central heat and air. I'm like, you should have thought ahead of time. Because we built this house 15, 16 years ago or whatever. We were both a lot more spry then.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot.
Containers that I have that I need to scoot over to one area and clean up this area because that's where they dump the guy that dumps our wood. And then from when he dumps the wood, then I have to stack the wood on the porch. And so, yeah, it's a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's whew. So there's about I want to correct myself. There's about 45 episodes altogether of Father Dowling. I just knew there wasn't a bunch. Like I thought there was more than what there was.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of popular back when it was on. So
I felt like I remembered it. I rewatched it because I remembered it from when I was a kid, and I felt like it was on for a very long time. But
then maybe because you were younger, it just seemed like
I guess so.
It was a longer time. Well, it's like my favorite show, Scarecrow and Mrs. King. There's only 4 seasons, and I could have sworn when I was younger that it was on all the time. But I'm like, I thought there was way more episodes and stuff. But I'm like, there's only 4.
I guess it's a kid's perspective.
Yeah. Sherry says that she'll have to see about the early sprints tomorrow, but she might not be able to participate. But then is that tomorrow night is Lee doing sprints tomorrow
Lee's
night.
doing sprints tomorrow night at 6:30.
You can get the night one, Sherry.
Yes.
Used to watch them reruns. I felt like I watched them every day for years.
See? Exactly, Breezy. So you know exactly what I'm saying. So what time? So it's what time did you want to sprint till?
I don't know, 10 after, I guess.
Perfect. Yeah. I'm good with whatever.
Oh, Hannah loves all the sprints.
Yes. Well, other than the Saturdays, we try to have the sprints be more sprinty.
Yeah.
Hard to believe that the young.
And I have so many books. Like this month, I need to sprint.
I don't know who Ricky Nelson is. I know that's wrong. I probably should, but I don't.
Ricky Nelson?
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
He's a singer from way back in the day. So like Hello Mary Lou and
oh, I know that song.
Yeah. Goodbye Heart. Yeah. That my dad would be appalled at you because that is his favorite singer. He would be like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. Don't tell him. Yeah, I know the song that you're talking about. All right, guys, happy reading.
pushed the wrong button. So how did your reading go?
I DNF'd the Callie Hutton. It had nothing to do with the book. It was me. And matter of fact, I don't even know if I must have not have been paying much attention because I do think it was completely historical. I'm not sure. But the part that I just listened as I was getting back into it was definitely in the 1800s. So I don't know. And I don't remember the first one. So I should have known better when I was like, I can't even remember a thing about the first one, that I wasn't really into it. But I did start number 6 in the Cupcake Shop series by Jen McKinley. So I'm excited about that.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's one at least you know you like that one. So.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
So Sherry says it's hard to believe that the young lady who played the nun on Father Downing was actually Ricky Nelson's daughter.
So that's why I was like, I don't even know who Ricky Nelson is, but I looked it up.
I forgot to say that I'm 53% into my book.
I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I am. I actually think I'm liking it a little bit more than I did like the previous like Truly Devious books. But
oh, nice. Nice.
So I work till 7. Is that Mountain Time? Is that what that is?
Yeah, Mountain Time. Yep.
So I might catch Lee's sprints after work if they're
nice.
Still going. I probably won't be home until 9 Eastern. And Hannah switched to Kill the Mockingbird. I've never read that.
I have read that.
I said I feel like a bad reader because I've never read that.
I had to read it for school. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have. But I did really like it.
Our school, I don't know, either I missed out on the classes that did a lot of the reading or something, but the only book I can ever remember from high school reading is The Red Badge of Courage, and I hated it. But I don't remember any. I only started
read The Red Badge of Courage, but I read it very young, much younger than high school.
But I remember I read a lot in college, but I didn't.
Yeah. I have not heard of that one, but the one that Storm said, I have definitely heard of.
So now she is reading The Length of a String. Sherry, is that a middle grade? Because I thought the cover looked like a middle grade, but maybe it isn't.
It sounds very philosophical.
Yeah, I know.
I was reading for some pearl of wisdom the other night when you said it, and the same again tonight.
Didn't get much read because Carol wanted to play $1,000 Pyramids.
Nice.
So she must have stole the phone. Is that what it is? I read 26 pages. Wow.
Nice.
I am a third of the way through To Kill a Mockingbird. Are you enjoying it, Hannah? Is it a good read? My meeting just ended. Almost 2 hours. OMG.
Wow.
Yay, at least you can get back to here and not have to be in a meeting.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Meetings that are that long are just torturous.
And especially, I know my friend Barb, she's in like social work type stuff too. And she's like, they just talk about stuff that I already know.
I think I said, well, and I probably shouldn't say this. Okay. Never mind. I not because it's like, but yeah. I probably shouldn't say, but I went to a training last week and I was so frustrated. I think I said it on the Discord because I knew nobody would be there.
Said, yeah.
And it was a lot like that. And not only was it like stuff we already knew, the thing that was frustrating, this is all I'll say. The thing that was frustrating was they made it sound like they were reinventing the wheel. I'm like, oh God, oh my gosh, it was so frustrating.
Josie said they decided to get pizza for dinner and her husband's taking a nap, so she's free to chat.
Yay. Yay, yay, yay. So did the magical readathon start today?
Yes. And it's all month long. So.
And my gosh, it seems like September there is a ton of readathons.
There is. I mean, there was some that I wanted to do, but I was just like, I just got to put a stop to it and only do the ones because I wanted to do Becca's Bookopoly-a-thon, and I was like, I just don't think I can fit it in because unless the roles that I did, I could use the books that I already had planned. There was no way I could add extra books to what I already reading because, well, I mean, I'll probably have extra books anyway, but they're just kind of the mood, more like the mood reading, or like what I say is on my hoopla list because I just go down the hoopla list, the ones that I've got out, and try to get to them before they go back. But a lot of times I don't get to them because I have too many out. And so those are like my extra reads that I don't really talk about too much because I don't know if I'm going to read them or when I'm going to read them or what happens.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just I mean I've seen like the Monopoly-thon or whatever that is. What is that called again?
It's Becca's Bookopoly-a-thon.
Bookopoly-a-thon, that's right. I've seen a ton of videos for it, and it looks really fun. But I'm just like,
and it is really fun because and Becca does it that's her TBR game, and everybody really liked it. So she decided, I think last year maybe, to try making a readathon for it so that everybody else could participate. So she makes a special board just for the readathon and stuff that's a little easier and more generic than hers because she reads a lot of fantasy and fantasy romances and things like that. So her board is pretty much based to where if she lands on something, she's probably going to be able to find something to read that's within her book genres or whatever it is.
Which makes sense. Like, why would you?
This one's a little bit more like generic. Like, I think it had cute. So you had to read a book that had a cute cover or something like that. So it was a little more generic, but you still had, and hers, she starts out with like, I think 5 reads, but if she gets a double, so like if she rolls and hers lands on 2 4s, she has to add another book to her TBR. So that's like how she does hers. And like this time she was rolling hers for her TBR for the Bookopoly-a-thon, and she got 3 doubles in a row. She's like, of course my board's not going to be nice to me whenever we're doing this readathon or whatever.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So she ended up with like, I think 8 or 9 or something like that books on her TBR. And she started out with like just 5. So it was funny. So
wow.
She likes it, but there's a lot of language being thrown around and it makes her uneasy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it has been so long since I read it, but I can remember the concept. And so I get what you're saying.
Like I know a little bit of what it's about, but that's about it.
Yeah, but I mean, I read it. I mean, it was definitely high school.
And high school. Most of that, it's the Magical Readathon is the one that used to be for the owls. She decided not to do the Harry Potter one anymore with the owls and the newts and everything, and she made up her own. And I'm like, this girl needs to write a fantasy book because it's so unreal. Like how much effort she has put into the readathon. It's amazing. It blows my mind. And she puts stuff into her Discord like all the time. Like she even has like a little bit of a like commentary about now the quest has begun and all that stuff. And she has all the stuff written in there. And she puts stuff. And she had somebody made a really pretty artwork. And if you go on Twitter and look for the Magical Readathon, you can see the artwork. And it's supposed to be a picture of the school or whatever and stuff, and it has like some like little magical critters down there at the bottom, and it's really pretty. And I'm like, all her spare time must have went into making this because it is really.
Or she should create like a fantasy board game,
something
like that.
Like, you should write a fantasy book because she's really, really, really good at it.
I mean, that's a lot.
Cozy says, I will be there. A lot of I bet there will be a lot of readathons in October, but Willy Wonka comes first.
Yes.
There's Spooktober and Spookathon and all those that I like to participate in. But yeah, Willy Wonka will be my priority that month since I'm co-hosting.
Yes. So we are going to put out the announcement videos the second week of September.
So I was going to ask you, do you have like an actual date that we're going to put it out so I know like when to?
Just as long as it's the second week of September is what we kind of landed on.
So just anytime during the second week or what?
Yeah. because I don't know what day mine will go up in the second, but Lee's is, and it's just the general information. She went through it. She went through it perfectly. So just kind of what the prompts are and just the announcement video for it. And then we'll go from there.
And some people are so creative with their TBR games.
And then we also, I should check with Lee again. Luckily, it's not that time, because what we also said was maybe we would announce it the second week in September, but we wouldn't give the prompts until the following week, just so people didn't start going like and reading really early. So
Like
Lee will remember Lee will remember what we actually, but I know the second week of September we're going to do at least an announcement, if not give everything.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I missed some of the conversation on that. So.
And it's been, yeah.
So,
Lee and I were just talking about it the other day because she wanted feedback on her announcement video because she's made one. So she wanted feedback on it. So I watched that, and that's the reason we were talking about. But we
this will be my first readathon, like co-hosting, where I've actually made an announcement on like YouTube. So
that's so exciting. I think me too, for sure. This probably is my first readathon.
She practically did write a fantasy book for the readathon, and that is so true.
True, yeah.
I mean, she made up like this whole entire world with all these different continents and all these things on it, and it's just like, wow.
That's incredible. She should like have somebody buy it off of her or something. Wow, that's awesome.
Well, that's cool.
Sounds like this ASMR YouTuber who made her own fantasy world for all her videos. Really? Do you guys know what's the name of that person? I'm not into fantasy, but I just think it's really cool when someone's that creative.
It would be kind of cool to check out just to see what it is. But
yeah, for sure. I just like when
people in our group tend to read way too early. Yes, they do.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Well, it's not me because I already have too many books this month to even try to attempt to do the books that I'm going to have for next month. So I don't even plan that far ahead.
I don't plan ahead at all. Like, other than my SAS list, which is, got enough series on it, I don't create any TBR whatsoever. Yeah. I fly by the seat of my pants.
Well, like, I think I started making my TBR like last week, right before, because I did have all these other readathons. I want to make sure I could get what I could get in. But normally, I'm usually scrounging up the last like couple days going, oh my goodness, I haven't even figured out what I'm going to be reading.
Yeah. And I actually might start over the next couple days Stabbed in the Baklava. Not because I would normally read it this early, but because since it's only available on ebook, I want to have the time to read it. Since I read so slow with my eyes.
And I will need to make sure like that I give myself time for that one too, because it's only on ebook and everything. Because a lot of times it's like, oh, well, the book discussion is in a couple days. Well, I can listen to it and get it done or whatever. But now I can't. I have to actually read it. So I want to make sure.
Right.
Yeah, it's September, so get on those scavenger hunt prompts. Well, luckily, I think the book recommendation one is the first one, right?
Yes.
Yes. And I'm trying to do my magical readathon map in order. So I'm going down the prompts in orders because I feel like if I'm going to travel a path, I should do it in order. So I'm trying to read my books in that order. And my recommended book is the second one on my deal. So at least I will have it done in plenty of time. Lost my spot. Oh, there we go. But it doesn't matter if you read early, if you take notes. What difference does it make? I like to do it early. Yeah.
It doesn't really. I just don't like to read that early because I'll forget. And I'll lose my notebook.
We just like to tease those people that read so early.
Yeah. I mean.
But
yeah.
I'm not a note taker. I'm really bad. And even if I do, like in my ebooks, I'll like mark something that I think is funny, or this doesn't make much sense, and I'll like highlight it or whatever, and then I never go back and look at it.
Right. And the other
So-
thing about me taking notes, I'm sometimes bad at, because I'll do it for like the first, gung ho of 5 chapters, and then like it'll whittle off.
Yeah. It's like people who annotate books. I just don't understand it, because I would only read one book a month if I annotated a book, because it would take me forever to get through it.
I don't know.
Highlight and underline and put the stuff and highlight and underline. I'd never get it read.
I just don't think that I would enjoy doing that at all.
Rose says she normally loves creating TBRs, but not this month. She doesn't have a clue what she's going to read.
Yeah,
Nancy,
I
a month
don't
early.
read it.
But if you read the book in the same month, that's fine. Yeah. Hi, Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
I'm not sure about Willy Wonka.
Wait, you've never seen
Willy Wonka?
Wait. Hold on. Hold the books. Back it up. Hold on. Nancy, you've never seen Willy Wonka, like the original with Gene Wilder? Oh, please watch it. Like, not tonight, I understand, but tomorrow morning. I mean, let's have priorities. And that means tomorrow morning. Oh, it's so good. Don't watch it. Don't be watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the creepy Johnny Depp version. Don't do
the
that.
original Gene Wilder one, yeah.
The original Willy Wonka.
Wow, I just figured everybody's probably seen Willy Wonka.
Me too. Oh, it's
so
one
Sherry
of my
just got the
favorite
book for the
movies.
first prompt. So Sherry's ready for the first prompt. She's got hers on people.
For what? I missed it.
It's probably the scavenger hunt prompt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gotcha.
One.
I keep
She
my
keeps her
almost
notes on. She
Wow.
keeps notes on most of the books. So.
Wow.
Notes take away from a reading experience. Yeah, that's why I was like, it'll take me forever. Some people, it doesn't bother them and they read really quick. It's just not me. It takes me a while to read a print book anyway. And so if I have to stop and highlight and put little tabs and write things down, then I'm never going to read it. I'm never going to get through it. But some people, they do really good with it. And she has a folder, of course.
Of course, Nancy. I wish I was that organized.
Yeah,
I do, but I'm not.
Yeah. I like to try to read the books the week of. I didn't do that for Hummus and Homicide, and I forgot some names or got them confused with Poppy McAllister. Which that's really easy with cozies too, is getting the names mixed up, because
especially because like I can't remember which series it is, but Poppy McAllister and I was reading something else along the same time, and they both had really crazy, quirky ants. The Poppy McAllister series does, and the other one. And I was totally like meshing those together for a while. I can't think of what other series it was, but it was Poppy McAllister and something.
Yes, Ro, all those little flags in books. I don't get it. I don't know if I'll do a TBR anymore. I just love the mood read so much. Yeah.
That's exactly my thing. I do is I keep my SAS list at all times.
Which is why I make a TBR, and a lot of times I don't even follow it, but I try. But I did really good in August. I think there was only 2 books off of my TBR. Well, there's 3 books, but I knew one I wasn't going to get through because I knew I wasn't going to finish The Wheel of Fortune in time. But there was like 2 on there that I didn't. I had started one. I didn't start another one. And one I decided not to read because I was using it for a prompt in the series September. So I just decided to just move it to September. So, but I did pretty good because I got all of them. I was impressed with myself. Usually I'll make a TBR and then I might get like 8 or 10 off of the TBR, and the rest is something I just decided to pick up.
Well, that's a good amount though off a TBR. I mean, that's, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I said not tonight, cozy. I mean, I wasn't crazy. I said, first thing tomorrow morning.
It's going to make me want to sing the Oop
Yeah, it is. It's so good. And yes, Melissa, I love the book. And we made
some of our prompts were to read Wonka and or oh. You're frozen.
I'm back.
I'm like, you're frozen.
Yeah. Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, anyways. I don't know where I cut off, but if you haven't read the sequel, which is that one,
Yeah.
it is so good.
Both of the books on there, I think, is like little bonus ones.
Yes.
And
but I
know,
agree,
I was
Melissa,
thinking,
it's so much fun. The book is great.
when I do my announcement or whatever it is, I'm gonna say our bingo card is kind of wonky because it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Because you can either read 5 across or 3 this way or 3 down, but it's kind of wonky because it's weird. It's different than most of them.
Love it, Storm. That's awesome.
I think
Willy Wonka is so much fun as an adult. I mean, I know I'm a grown child, but it is.
And the songs, yes.
Cheer up, Charlie.
Augustus Gloop. Yep.
I love Augustus Gloop. I like all of the characters. And they're all in the prompts. So that's fun. But my favorite was the Blueberry Girl. I can't think of her name. No, Veruca's the spoiled girl.
Violet? Is it?
Violet, yes.
It's never interested me, so I guess I'm missing something.
You totally are.
I usually
don't worry. By tomorrow 8 a.m. you'll be good to go. All will be right in the world.
So I only usually takes notes for buddy reads so I don't spoil anything for the person I'm reading with. Yeah, I'm really bad about like that too, because like I don't even take notes for those, and then I'm like, what am I gonna talk to, or what do I say? Yeah, that was an interesting part. I remember that. I let the other person talk. That's why. Pure Imagination is also one of my favorite songs. Yeah, I like that song too. Yeah.
I love all the music in there. And they actually just created a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory musical. It was on Broadway last year.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes, but then I didn't get it. They had it like, so a lot of big cities have like theaters that they bring in Broadway productions to, right? And so one of the theaters in Tampa was going to, but then it shut down, obviously. So I'm hoping to get to see it soon because I think that would be amazing. I don't know how they'd pull it all off, but I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah, sometimes notes does help people absorb the book more, but that's why it's like sometimes it's for some people and not for me.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah,
I would love to live in that room where you can eat everything in it with the chocolate river. Yes.
Yes.
I tend to wait to finish the book the morning before the live, but now that there's no spoilers, I don't have to wait. So yeah, that's a good thing too, because you just really need to remember the basics whenever we talk about the books that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah,
not have to go into detail with them or anything.
Right, because there would be sometimes people would ask a question. I'm like, holy crap, I don't even remember. And it's like, oh, I don't know. But then I could tell you that the main character in the Amish series tonight from 10 years ago was Magdalena Yoder. No idea why.
Yeah, it's weird how like certain ones that they just stick with you
random,
really well, while others don't. Yeah. It says Melissa's voice is so beautiful in that song. Yeah. My TBR keeps me organized, so it works for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people live by their TBR. It's just, I wouldn't stick to it, Nancy. So it would be a waste of my time to actually make it because I'm like what you're saying, it keeps you on track. I'd be the exact opposite. Out of defiance to myself, I wouldn't want to do it.
My unorganized self would not like it.
Right.
Nancy, you can still join the readathon prompts if you want without watching the movie. Yes.
Of course you can, but you should watch the movie. I will make it a 5-point bonus if Nancy watches the movie. Like automatically, she gets a 5-point bonus.
I vividly remember a dream where I was in a factory and ate so much candy and mushrooms and trees.
That's
Frozen.
hilarious.
Says, I had nightmares from the tunnel scene.
Okay, so the
terrified
tunnel
me when I
scene
was a kid.
scared me when I was a child. And when he started singing that weird, like, that freaked me out. Violet.
Veruca had it coming to her. Right?
Yeah, Veruca
Yes.
Salt. I don't remember Violet's last name, but then Mike TV and Augustus Gloop. Yeah. I remember Veruca Salt because
Violet, you're turning Violet. Yeah, I like that.
Yes. Yes. Violet, you're turning violet.
Annotating does help people. Emmy and Carolyn Marie reads annotates all the time. Yeah, I know a lot of them that annotate and
Yeah.
just don't.
I agree. Nancy, I see a lot of people that
And I
annotate.
think that's one of the things too. I don't write in my books, and I don't want to underline, and I don't want to like put things in my books like that.
I just don't think I would.
Copies, maybe.
I just don't think I would go back through enough to where taking the time to do it in the first place would mean anything.
I didn't know that he did a version of.
I did not either. I didn't know that either.
I love Josh.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful voice.
I'm sad I don't have a TBR this month yet.
I mean, I have a TBR in the sense of like something on my SAS list. And I have it written down, y'all. And I even have it separated. Wow. This is my romance. And this is my cozy. Can you believe that?
Look at that, Ro. Look at that. She's got stuff written down.
I know. And I started to in the last thing revamp my romance SAS list because I seriously only have 3 active series. Ooh.
I pretty much stick to it, but I change it sometimes. I can't watch tomorrow. I have a hugely busy day.
Priorities, Nancy. No kidding, of course.
The tunnel song, I used to have it memorized.
It freaked me out.
I love highlighting on a Kindle, though. Yeah, but that's what I said. Like, I highlight on the Kindle, and then I forget that I highlight. Because I think, oh, this would be really cool to mention whenever I review the book. And then I review the book, and I don't remember. I even wrote that.
Right.
I even highlighted anything. I love highlighting. Okay, in my Kindle. Sometimes I want to find something I enjoyed later. Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. I just know myself more than anything.
And I know some people who like annotate or underline or whatever it is. If they're in a reading slump, because they're always say, "Well, get a book you really like and read your favorite parts." So they must probably have their favorite parts highlighted. See, everybody wants Nancy to watch that movie. Quotes I like and stuff, yeah. Oh, look, she's proud of you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
We'll try to watch it by next week. All right.
Yay! You won't regret it.
I love making TBRs, but I'm bad at sticking with them because I'm such a mood reader. That's my problem too, Breezy.
Me too.
But I do like to try to see. I think my thing is it's a goal. Write down all these books I think I'm going to read and then see if I read any of them by the end of the month. Just to make it kind of a fun game. See if I can do it. I just want candy now because I'm going to have to go back for more Blue Raspberry Sour Patch Kids. Yeah, there you go.
Yummo. Blue raspberry would be my favorite. I like anything blue raspberry flavored.
I just write notes. It helps with the kebab because I had a review number 1 a bit. Yeah. Yay.
Gotcha.
I look for those, Melissa. I can't find them yet.
The Blue Raspberry Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah. Yes. Notes for series readathon will help. Or series
for the kitchen club.
Oh, dang, forgot about the series read along. I have to read 1 book on the wire now. Yep.
You have plenty of time. You'll be good to go.
Walmart's the best candy store. They have all the exclusive stuff, like when they come out with the Game of Thrones Oreos. Oh, I didn't even know they had a Game.
They had Game of Thrones Oreos.
I didn't even know they had that.
I didn't know either. But you know what? Sophia one night was talking about, she's like, in the States, you guys are lucky because you have carrot cake Oreos. And I'm like, we do?
We do? Yeah.
But I'm
I
not
stay away from the candy aisle, so I don't know these good things. So
I try to stay away from the candy aisle, but
yeah.
but for Oreos, I'm just not a big fan of Oreos. My husband loves them, loves Oreos, but yeah.
Oreos
carrot
I
cake,
can't keep
anything.
in the house because I'll eat the whole package in one sitting.
I'm really bad about, yeah.
My TBR is just my want to read on Goodreads, although I'm focused mostly on the series September and the summer readathons this month. Yeah.
That would be me.
Most of my TBR are series about series. Yeah.
So that's kind of, so I guess I technically have a TBR if you count that. Game of Thrones Oreos. Oh. Oh my god!
We eat them all to represent the bloodbath.
I don't mind the taste of Oreos. Because Cozy said I like plain Oreos next. It's just that the I don't like the texture of the cream. It's quite gritty, and I have a thing about Kevin. Kevin's upset because I'm talking bad about Oreos, but I just don't like them.
They are one of my favorites, and that's why I said, like, I just can't stop with like one or two. If I eat one or two, then I have to have a couple more, and then a couple more, and then before you know it, the whole bag is gone. So
yeah,
we just don't buy them.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, I'm a huge snacker. Like, I would snack instead of a meal any day. Even if it's like snacked on healthy stuff. It's not that it's just junk. I mean, I like junk food, don't get me wrong, but like I just like to snack. But I'm a salty snacker. Like, I like popcorn, of course, and I like that sort of stuff.
I like the way Melissa thinks. She kept one of her Game of Thrones ones so that it might unopened. It might be worth something one day. She just knows it.
You know what? You never know, Melissa.
More of a savory snacker, not sweet. You know,
See,
I like
Nancy and I feel you, Nancy.
I don't love Oreos, but I will eat them. Oreos is so sugary. I eat that many. I like popcorn too much.
Me too. I'm just a savory snacker, but I also really like chips and dip. Like, I just like savory snacks, and I like, yeah. But popcorn's like one of my favorite
nutty
foods.
bars are like one of my favorite things that we can't have that in the house either. But I'm just like one of those people that it doesn't matter if it's sweet or salty. I mean, I could eat a bag of chips just as well as I could eat the Oreos. So
yeah. Oh, I like sweets too, and I'll eat sweets, but I just prefer salty. If I'm wanting to go to the pantry to get something to snack on, it's going to be something salty. Preferably popcorn.
You can see my dog over here having a fit.
Yeah, well, I can see him. It doesn't look like he's having a fit. Oh, it looks like he's trying to get comfy.
She is. She's like digging around, trying to get comfortable. That's why my bed's always a mess. She's always got it going. Let's see. Been snacking on popcorn nonsense since y'all the tasting video. Yeah.
I love it.
Cashews. I'm not a big cashews fan, but I like almonds. I snack on a lot of almonds.
Cashews are my favorite.
Don't get me near the cheese puff chips and popcorn. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, Nancy, I feel you. Yes.
We can't cheat. Oh, that's the Oreo. She can't eat. They're too sugary. She can't eat that many.
Gotcha.
Well, that's my problem. It's like, I don't even taste the sugar until I'm done with the whole pack, and then it's like, oh my goodness, what did I do? Flamin' Hot Cheetos are my snack of choice. Yeah.
Anything like that.
And I see they have a Flaming Hot Cheetos mac and cheese. And I'm like, I'm so tempted to
Flamin'
get that.
Hot Cheetos mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's like in a box of like the mac and cheese, and it's
I've
Hot
never
Cheetos.
seen that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just saw it today at Walmart. It was one of those things that was on the side aisle when you're walking down. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, look.
Oh yeah.
Chips
Oh
and
yes,
dip,
me too.
and salsa, crackers and cheese. Yeah.
See, snacks and like those big boards with like fruit and cheese and nuts and like prosciutto meat. Oh my god, I could just
Like Christmas time when they have those and you're supposed to buy those for other people, but instead you buy them for yourself.
Oh, I'm a snacker. But yes, chips and dip and chips and salsa are like any kind of dip. Salt, guacamole. I mean, it doesn't matter. I like it all.
My dog doesn't try to dig around to get under covers. She just tries to dig around to just get where she thinks it's comfortable. She has one blanket's over this way and the other blanket's pushed over that way, and now she's in the middle.
Oh, Kairu's an under the covers dog too. He will dig and dig until he can get under the cover. And like during the night when we sleep, he will get under, I mean, every cover completely 100% and like burrow down to the bottom of the bed. I'm like, you've got to be just hot, but he likes it.
She wants to try those popcorn flavors, but not the curry one.
Not the curry. Which is weird because I mean, no joke. I love curry. I love curry, but it wasn't that it tasted curry. I didn't like the combination of curry and lime and
it had a weird combination going.
Something else. Ugh, I did not like it. I did not like it.
I just love Cheetos. I do too.
I like Cheetos.
OMG, yep. I bought it, Storm. It wasn't that good, and it's bright pink, so prepare for that.
Oh, the macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I didn't buy any. I just thought it looked like something that might be us. So if it wasn't that good, maybe I just won't get it.
Yeah. Flamin' Hot Cheetos mac and cheese, Kev. He's like, no.
And a glass of wine to go with it. I guess that's probably the cheese and crackers and stuff.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes.
Well, the side aisles at the grocery stores are dangerous, yes. You always grab stuff you don't need, yeah.
Always. Always.
There's turtles during the holidays. I love turtles.
But
I saw this one. There's a flaming hot Mountain Dew now. That just doesn't sound good at all. Yeah, it sounds gross.
I don't know why you would want that, but if you like it, good on you. But no.
And the premise: the sides like macaroni salad is dangerous. Yeah.
I like sides like that.
Pre-made sides like macaroni
like
salad.
Barbecue sides that you would have like a potluck or a barbecue, like the potato salad, the macaroni salad, and the broccoli. Oh, I like all that too.
Mountain Dew is nasty to me anyway. I can't believe they ever flavor. Yeah.
I like Mountain Dew, but I don't want any flaming hot anything.
I'm trying to figure out how they would make a flaming hot flavor unless it's like a hot cinnamon or something like that.
I don't know, but that don't sound good.
Ew, hot Mountain Dew. I draw the line.
Yeah, they've crossed it.
Marketing gross teenage boys, yeah.
Yes, Breezy. or gross teenage boys send in the like marketing. Like, boy.
Yes, Tiffany. Potluck sides and
appetizers are the best. So good.
You guys, I promise I'm not an absolute pig. That seems to come off like it. I love salads, I promise.
So, Melissa, the more time you spend around our group, somehow it always reverts back to food. Always.
Mountain Dew makes me really hyper. I drink it when I have work Black Friday. Oh, there you go. That would be good then.
It's like Hannah's Monster. She just drinks Mountain Dew. Whatever works.
Yeah. So I think I'm about ready to wrap up because I'm getting kind of tired and I want to do a few things before I go to bed. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah. Well, at least you don't have a weight problem, Melissa. Unfortunately, I tend to put on the pounds. Yeah. I know. I was like, she talks about all the sugar she eats with those Sour Patch candy, and she's like this big, and I'm like, I look at it and gain weight. Yes, pizza time. All right. Sounds good.
All right, guys.
See you tomorrow at 11:30. My time anyway.
Yes. 12:30 my time on my channel. We'll be hanging out
with me. It'll be
and then if I don't fall asleep, because I don't know.
I was going to ask you, how are you doing with that medicine in there? Are you still?
I mean, I'm here. It's 10 till 10, and I mean, I'm way more awake than I normally am, but I'm not like wide awake. Like I was like, oh gosh, like she had me really worried
that you were just. But you never know though. You could be feeling tired, and then you go to lay down, and then ding, there your eyeballs go.
That could be too. That could be too. So if you're like me and you're being forced not to be able to do your job or work,
yes, it was nice seeing you tomorrow. She got to join in on one.
Yeah, it was Breezy. It was so good to have you here. And then Lee is hosting tomorrow night at 6:30 reading sprints.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.